So it's great to be here for the last of the interviews. And I'm delighted to welcome to the remote studio, Michael Harris. Hello, Michael. Yeah, thank you very much. It's great to be here. So, Michael, what role do you play in this production, The Matter of Law? Okay, so I actually play Lord Randolph Rosins, who is the honourable judge in this production. And I'm charged with being in charge of the courtroom. And how easy or hard has it been to get into the mind of that character? I think it was fairly easy for me to get into the mind of the character. I'm an avid Judge Deed fan, and so I watched a lot of what he did as a judge, and obviously I didn't want to mirror that particularly. But I also watched a lot of other courtroom dramas. And in the past, I used to go sometimes and watch the live court being done from the public gallery. And I suppose I drew on that knowledge as well. So, yeah, no, I didn't find it too difficult. Michael, what makes this show different from any other show that might be happening in May? What makes it different from other shows? I think the fact that the audience are in control of the destiny of Edwina Frankield. It's a courtroom drama. The audience will see the prosecution case played out. They'll then see the case of the defense played out. And at the end of the play, they decide whether Edwina is guilty or not guilty of the charges. And there are two endings to this play, respective of what they vote for her. So can you briefly describe your character to us? I think Lord Randolph is, he's a experienced judge. He's been doing this a long time. He knows the two counsel. He knows Percival Dempsey. He knows how cheeky he can be. I think he's slightly softer on Percival Dempsey. So there might be an air of sexual discrimination against Susan Smithers. Nothing too serious. But yeah, he's a firm judge in control of the court case. Okay, Michael, there are 7 people in this cast. So what do you think of the other people in this show? Wow, well, there are 7 of us in the cast. Obviously, I play the judge. I'm also directing this piece, and I also wrote this piece, as you probably know. And that can be quite a responsibility. The judge is in control of the courtroom. Let's go through them one by one. So Susan Smithers, played by the lovely Alexandria Carr. She's brilliant at getting inside the character's mind. And then new to me, William, who plays Percival Dempsey. Again, wow, what a great casting. We are so delighted to have him as part of our team. He brings with him a wealth of experience, maturity, and when he presents those words, they just come alive. And that's a real thrill for me as a director and a writer to see that happening. Then we have the lovely Frances Brodie, who plays Edwina Frankield. Again, fascinating the way she's got inside the mind of Edwina, and she fully understands what she's trying to get across and what's happening to her. Then we have Tim, who plays Trevor, the alleged victim in this whole production. And when we did some filming with those two, it was fun to see already the off-scene reactions between them, that they've already started to get inside the minds of those characters, and that's really powerful done. Then we have our 2 other actors. So first of all, we have the lovely Lee, who plays 4 roles in this production. Incredibly gifted young actor, and definitely one to watch for the future. And the development of those parts has taken a lot of time, but it's great to see that coming. And then we've got Ian, who plays 2 characters, and also will be acting as our security guard to bring in Edwina and take her out. Again, wealth of experience coming through, and he plays those two characters with a lot of strength. So yeah, great cast. Shame about the director. In your opinion, as Lord Randolph Brosins, do you think that Edwina Frankel is guilty or not guilty of the charges that are laid against her? I think the judge has to be neutral. It's a difficult role being the judge. He has to listen to everything, take everything on board, and it's his responsibility after the two summing up sessions have happened and the two statements have been made to try and précis that for the jury and to make it clear what the jury's responsibility is. But I think he's neutral. I don't think he sways either way. As per his responsibility. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So why should people come and see this show? Why should people come and see this show? Well, to be honest, it's great. It's a lovely piece. It gives the audience the opportunity to not just sit there and look at their phones, but to actually get involved in the production effectively and listen to things, and during the the interval, to be able to discuss with each other, what do you think about that? Yeah, but what about this and what about that? And it's great in that fun way. It's a real eye-opener, and it's a difficult subject, and we've tackled it, and it's great to see that coming out, and the fact that yes, women do get abused, but so do men, and that's important for us. No, good. Yeah. And so, Michael, what other theatre work have you done? Other theatre work I've done. Well, I was in a one-man show called An Audience with Sir John Falstaff, written partly by William Shakespeare and partly by the wonderful Frank Bramwell. It was an adaptation of some of the pieces that John Falstaff produced and in the different plays that he was part of, but also it allowed us to ask questions like, why did he get cut from that final play? Why did such a live character that everybody seemed to love just suddenly disappear? What went wrong? And that was a lot of fun. And we toured that at Bristol, Buxton and Birmingham Festival to greater or lesser success. But it was my first ever tour, and it was a real thrill to be doing that as a one-man show. I was also part of the production that Frank did called The Other Side, where I played a homeless character called Adam, who lived on Warstone Lane Cemetery, the dead amongst the dead. And again, that was a workshop production. A lot of fun getting involved in the character development. Something I'm very keen on is characters and their backstories, and that was great fun to do that. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think it's probably about all I've done so far. Technically, I've been involved in a lot of productions doing the lighting and the sound. So the other side of things. Last year, I directed the play For Those We Leave Behind. And of course, I played Percival Dempsey in the original festival version of A Matter of Law, and also the online version of A Matter of Law. So yeah, done quite a bit. And I also love to do singing and karaoke. It's great. Yeah. If you could play any role in theatre, TV or film, what role would you choose and why would you choose that role? Wow. I suppose film, TV, I would love to play the role of Judge John Deed, played by the wonderful Martin Shaw, although I'm quite convinced I wouldn't come anywhere near to the quality of that guy. It was incredible. I'd love to be in a musical and to sing on stage. So that would be quite a powerful thing for me. Yeah, so I think Judge John Deed would be one I'd like to play. I'd like to play quite a complex character. To be honest, my preference would be to write as opposed to play a part in a production. And I'd love to see one of my theatre shows on a bigger stage. That's no disrespect to the Blue Orange Theatre, which we love dearly, but it would be just amazing to be able to have sets that rolled in and, you know, props that move around and stuff like that. That would be my dream. Okay, well, we're at the last question. What do you think is the one thing that you will take away from doing this theatre show? I think for me, a feeling of satisfaction of achieving something and seeing that someone who is dyslexic, who people wrote off, who's made mistakes and got through life through it, can actually make a difference and actually bring a very important subject to the stage, and that for me is what I'm looking to do. Well, Michael, thank you for your time today. It's been great to get to know you a little bit and to find out more about the work that you're doing, both in front of the stage lights, but also behind the scenes as well, and that's fascinating. The play A Matter of Law comes to the Blue Orange Theatre the 12th, the 13th, Friday the 13th, and Saturday the 14th of May. The matinee production on the Saturday, subject to availability, is a pay what you can afford to pay production. So that means that if you think that £15 is not enough for this fantastic show and you wish to pay more, then subject to there being seats available, you'll be welcome to do that on the door. Equally, if times are hard and you're struggling to find £15, then you would be able to pay what you can afford to pay, and we'll gratefully receive that on the door. Again, subject to availability. Tickets for all of the show are £15, so cheap as chips, well, cheap chips in London maybe, for this fantastic production, and you do get involved, so it's worth that. We also have a workshop on Friday afternoon, an accredited CPD workshop on understanding victims of domestic abuse. All of the details are available on our website, 2gensme.co.uk. That's 2gensme.co.uk. If you click at the top of the page, you'll see there's a link takes you to the information about the show, who the cast are, what they've done before, but also there's the details there about the link to the Eventbrite for that workshop. Well, Michael, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you on stage for this production, and thank you for your time. No, thank you very much. It's been great to be interviewed by such a professional interviewer, yeah, look forward to seeing you all at the show. All right, thank you. Bye. No, bye. No, you.